Hi, it's me, Marjo Anime. Welcome back to Stanley Parable Deluxe. We're gonna do this one. We go through this room. Just gotta make sure we go through the right one, okay, guys? Um. 426 we got open, so that's all I know. The whiteboard ending. Dog mode. Oh, okay. Is this it? Wow, guys, we got the whiteboard ending. Okay. Oh, I don't know what else to do here. Wait, what? There we go.
Where are we going today? The bucket asked. Stanley just
fuck?
smiled. Anywhere they went together would be perfectly fine with him. Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic of the bucket.
So what are we missing in here?
Pushed the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Are we missing something in here, or did we do everything here? I know we got the bucket thing, the bucket ending. So if you go there, we've listened to bucket. Okay, let's try this one. Let's try say yes to go home, because I think that's the only thing I haven't done in this side. I think, at least.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd... Stanley, we must move on from this broom closet, simply because I have no remittance.
So down there is literally just the death
Stanley
ending.
and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's
Did I do the escape one? 4285, right?
Stepping into his manager's
Is
office,
4285,
Stanley
right?
was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any
4,
human life. Crushed
8,
by
5.
the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional
Shit,
dumpster
why can I
fire
never
if not
remember
for the
that?
soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him always. The bucket would. And he knew. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
2845, right? So my phone for a second. 2845.
But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck.
Let's try the escape one, because I don't think I've
Was
done
the
that,
bucket
actually.
guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Let's go. I want to get the most out of this game as possible. I love this game, so I want to do the most things I can.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through
Escape.
the large door that
Let's try
read,
this, right?
Mind control facility.
Let's escape. Don't think I've
Although
done
this
this.
passageway had the word escape written on it,
Yes.
the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley and the bucket would both meet a violent
I
death.
don't think so. Bucket is on my side.
The door behind them was not shut. Stanley and the bucket still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
I don't think so. Me and
At this
Bucket.
point, Stanley and the bucket were knowingly walking forward into a very painful death for each of them.
I am excited. Let's go, Bucket. Yes! Let's go, Bucket! Woo! Woo! Let's go, Bucket!
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley and the bucket inched closer to their
Oh!
demise, Stanley reflected on how meaningless the bucket's warmth and comfort had turned out to be. To be sure,
No.
it puts the mind and the soul at ease to embrace the bucket. But what use is a sense of ease when you're about to be crushed to death? This is what Stanley thought to himself.
Let's
And he
go,
sort
we're
of kicked
next.
himself for wasting so much time carrying a bucket
Whoa, we're
everywhere.
next.
Farewell, Stanley.
Whoa. Whoa.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley and the bucket were led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, the bucket's life came to an end as it was crushed violently to death.
What? What?
It was a shame, the death of such a magnificent bucket. It's
What?
true that all buckets are radiant in their own way, but this one stood above the rest.
Wait, my bucket.
It was a glorious bucket to behold.
My bucket died? The bucket. This is so sad. You are standing at the perceived of knowledge, much like a bucket itself. The human mind is frequently empty within. A cavernous void, but through use of the exhibit in front of you, the mind becomes full and enriched and sustained knowledge of the bucket and its history is the only true knowledge you really have. Will you take what you have learned? Will you take what you learn here out with you into the world? Will you accept with an open mind what may be challenging about the information in this exhibit? Will you change the life of yourself and your loved ones as a result of this exhibit? Or will you turn a blind eye and continue to live as you were, ignorance and darkness? Buckets. It's all buckets.
Can you see how arrogant it was for Stanley
Bucket.
to take a bucket like this
Bucket.
and to claim it for his own? Can you
thought they
see
got
the
25
hubris
bucket.
that blinded him? Can you see that the bucket is far more noble than Stanley will ever be in his short
Inferno
life?
bucket. I love bucket. Oh my god, cave drawing of bucket. Well, not a bucket. Predate existence of mankind. We do not know how long this cave drawing despite early man's discovery of the practical use of the bucket. By which time the bucket had already likely been around for several millennia. Noticing these drawings how the bucket is allowing itself to be used, having judged humanity to be worthy of its treasure. I love bucket.
No man can own a bucket, and certainly not a bucket as dazzling to behold as this one. It is man who should kneel before the bucket.
Wow, so wait a second. I can walk here. I love bucket, but where am I? I'm glad we got it out of the way, how amazing bucket is. What's this? The stress bucket analogy. Worrying, negative forecasting, negative thinking, lack of returns, vulnerability, size and strength of the bucket. Coping strategies equals whole stress equals the level of water in the bucket. Rest I'm going to do something new. The stress presented without commentary. Okay. That's nice. I'm tired. A bucket with 2 handles? Despite having 2 handles, such a design has never been created in real life. Having been deemed too dangerous and recklessly experienced, every year dozens are put to death just for attempting it. Whoa. This exhibit is my favorite. But that's kind of it, isn't it? Don't see any other ways to go. So I'm kind of stuck right now. Or maybe I'll take the hanging bucket. Oh. I took the hanging bucket.
But there
I'm a
is
genius.
something we can do. Something we can do together, you and I, that will right this terrible wrong. Let Stanley die. Let him be crushed by the machine. Don't reset the game.
Oh.
Don't give him another opportunity to run off with another beautiful bucket. We can save the world's buckets from their treatment as tools and implements if only we let Stanley die together. The
Okay.
bucket shall take its place as ruler, as leader,
I
as
will
commander
kill
of a new
myself.
world, a new vision.
Nah, bucket is life. That was an ending, right? Wait, what?
A good
Bucket?
bucket, a strong bucket, a humble bucket, a committed bucket, a bucket of culture and distinction.
Yes.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
So I have one more button in this side, I think. Then I don't know if I have more health here. Then I probably gotta get some help by some Google.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his bosses... Stanley, we must move on.
I'll just lower it so
Simply
much,
because
please.
by coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
I have actually one more thing to do here, guys. After that, I don't think there's anything else. What's the code
Stepping
again?
into his manager's office,
I've
Stanley
done this
was
so
once
many
again
times.
stunned
2,
to discover not an
8.
indication of any human life. Crushed, but Stanley guessed
Yo,
the correct
2, 8,
code
4,
by
5.
sheer
Look at
luck.
that.
Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Wait, what the fuck is this?
Found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember,
Oh.
no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well
Oh, yeah.
done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
It is very beautiful. I am so happy I saw it there. Oh my god. Well, we're back down here for the last time, I think.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
What if I jump down here with bucket? Should just try. Yeah, I think we have to.
Lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
I think we have to
What
try
horrible
this.
secret did this place hold? But just as Stanley was about to proceed further into the mind control facility, he tripped and fell over the railing and into the dark void below.
Maybe it's on the
Thankfully,
ending
he fell
with the
directly
bucket.
onto the bucket, which safely cushioned his fall. Now, what to do next? Stanley wondered. Stanley and the bucket could find no way out of this enormous pit, and so eventually they decided that the best thing to do would be to simply get comfortable down here.
Oh.
So they set up a little couch and relaxed. It really wasn't
Wow.
so bad down
We
here.
got like a...
Cold, perhaps.
Hey, I love it down here.
After some
Whoa!
time had gone by, they installed a few shelves as well, and a sort of kitchenette.
Oh, I
that was
love
useful
these.
for when the bucket was craving paninis. But it wasn't until the rugs and the standing lamps came in that it really started to feel like a home. In fact, after some time, Stanley realized that it had been ages since he had even thought of the mind control facility at all. He'd never gotten to fully explore what was up there, never been able to unearth the many mysteries of the mind control facility. This lack of closure began to eat at him. Soon he was dwelling on his regrets, and the state of their home slowly decayed as Stanley became withdrawn and neglected the cleaning. It unsettled the bucket.
Oh god.
deeply. Stanley wasn't usually like this. The bucket tried to reach out to him again and again, but to no avail. All Stanley could think about, all he could talk about, was going back, doing it over again, staying on the path. It was a mistake to leave the path. It was a mistake. It was a mistake. I need to do what the narrator says. I need to see the true ending. This made no sense at all to the bucket, which was simply trying to live its life down here as comfortably as possible. Yet
I'm so
Stanley
sorry, bucket.
was unconsolable.
I need to
This
figure it
isn't
out.
an ending. This is just a hole in the ground. The bucket sighed. True, it wasn't an ending. But it's where we happen to be. And maybe, possibly, if we accept the reality of things, maybe this will become an ending eventually. It's what the bucket was counting on. The two of them waited for a very long time.
Oh. Oh, we back to this.
All of his co-workers... the embrace of an old friend. A weathered companionship that stands the test of time.
Woof, 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 woof. Okay, we have one more thing for this episode. It's the actual
Stanley
thing I want to
pressed the
do.
bucket upon Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to
I want to
his
like
chest
leave this
and
place with
entered
bucket.
the door on his left.
So let's leave the place with bucket, and then I think we have some stuff on the right side we need to do. Wait, what? The hell is this? Places to search inside of the sequel exhibit, nearby fireplace. A private but smelly place for an important person. A large room, lots of boxes, stairs, something to do with stairs. Okay, I'll look for you guys at some point. There will be a reward for finding them all. I think we gotta find them all after a while, guys. Red room. Okay.
Stanley, we must move on.
I'm sorry,
to
I'm
this
sorry,
room
I'm sorry.
Simply because I have no remainings. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's
Can I go back
office.
up after I go down here? Red.
Another
Aha!
miniature Stanley
Look at that.
figurine. This, you know, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands?
Mini stands, I love them.
What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that. Another Stanlerine under your belt.
Wow. Getting so many. Okay, but not through there. But okay, let's go back to office. Wait, what? Oh, money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money.
Okay,
Another
I'm
one.
back to the name of these little Stanley figurines.
Need two
And now
more.
I'm torn between Stanlerines and figures. What do you think, Stanley? What
Like
name
figurines.
better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Figless. Can only be figless. What? What the fuck is there? What is this? What? What's this? Yeah, I didn't even know I could go here. So this is kind of new stuff for me. Well, let's see what's here, and that could be the last bit for this episode. Then I can do that other one in the next one. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. What? Do you hear the narrator just singing? It better lead me to somewhere. So, you know. I think this elevator leads me to Sheol, guys. Yeah, I realized, based on my time, probably. 4285. No, 2...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once
Shit.
again stunned to discover not an
2...
indication of any human life.
8...
Crushed by the
4...
weight of this revelation,
5.
Stanley guessed the correct code by
Okay, let's do
sheer
this
luck.
last thing.
Was it that the
Then.
bucket knew all along?
And then
Was
next
the
episode,
bucket
I don't know, I'm pretty sure I
Yes,
gotta look some
this is
stuff up,
certainly the
because
most logical explanation.
I don't know how to get the rest. It's probably some random shit I gotta do then. But we'll see, guys. Oh, actually, I need to go through those places without bucket. Actually, I still know some stuff to do. But for this episode, let's just do this last ending with bucket.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Okay, let's do this.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with
I think we gotta turn it
screens.
off, right?
What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
Okay, let's go turn it off. Then we can leave it at that.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket
What?
in shock.
What?
Everyone in
Oh
the
my
office
God, I
was
cannot
being
believe
videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Yeah, everything will be fine, bucket.
Was the bucket under the mind control
No, of
facility's
course not.
influence
Come
as
on now.
well? Had the bucket been told
No,
to do
no,
things
no.
it didn't wish to do?
He's
What
fine.
kinds
Bucket
of
is fine.
things
Calm
does a
down
bucket
now.
want to do or not want to do in the first place? These
calm down.
questions raced furiously in Stanley's face.
You know my bucket is fine.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
I trust no one except for my bucket.
But here was the proof. The heart of the
Look, we just
operation.
turned it off this
Controls
time.
labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never
It
again
needs to be
exert its
set.
terrible...
Oh, there we go. Me and bucket did it. Me and bucket did it.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves
Wow,
from the
Bucket,
tyrannical
we
grip
did
of the
it.
evil mind control machine. Freedom was
We
now
did it,
mere
Bucket.
moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate.
Oh, I'll
Stanley
teach
wanted
you.
to sneeze in every country on Earth.
I'll
Both of them
sneeze.
wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one
Yes.
another to lean on, to trust, to support.
What?
What? Wait.
What?
What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed?
No, we are, for sure.
An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
What?
Even the facility itself recognized
What?
the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not
What?
to part with the bucket.
The...
No. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it.
What?
Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
That was an ending, right? Yeah, it was. Okay, well, that is great. Good bucket. So, okay, that's it for this Stanley parable. I think next episode is all about not bucket, sadly. I think so, at least. I'm not sure. Yeah. Anyway, hope you all enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I'll see you guys all in the next video. Peace.